What if I told you there's a simple, ancient practice, no weights, no treadmills, no complicated gear that can restore your strength, rebuild your confidence, sharpen your balance, and even spark new energy in your daily life? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's real. And the truth is, most people over 50 have never even heard of it. It's called the horse stance. And while at first glance it might look like just standing, don't be fooled. This powerful pose has been practiced for centuries by martial artists, healers, and athletes around the world. Not because it looks impressive, but because of what it does for the body and the mind. Here's the best part. You only need 2 minutes a day to experience the benefits. You don't need a gym membership, you don't need to pound on your knees with running, and you certainly don't need to buy expensive equipment. You can do it right in your living room, in your kitchen, even beside your bed before sleep. And here's the real surprise. The horse stance doesn't just work your muscles. It strengthens your focus, steadies your emotions, and reawakens parts of your body that modern life has left dormant. The improvements to balance, joint health, pelvic circulation, and even hormonal vitality may just astonish you. In this series, I'll break down exactly why this forgotten exercise works, how to practice it safely, and the 7 benefits that can change your life after 50. Stick with me until the end, because benefit, BAN, 7 is something almost nobody talks about, yet it might be the single most important reason to start today. But first, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your name and location in the comments. We're building a community here, and your story inspires others to take the first step. 1. Real strength begins from the ground up. Let's face the truth. Once we cross 50, strength becomes about much more than appearance. Sure, toned muscles look nice, but what really matters is functionality. It's being able to rise from a chair without pushing on the armrests. It's climbing a set of stairs without that painful wince in your knees. It's walking across the room with confidence instead of shuffling cautiously, hoping you won't lose your balance. And here's the reality: leg strength is independence. Lose it, and everyday life becomes an obstacle course. Keep it, and you hold on to freedom. That's where the horse stance comes in. Imagine a power station at the base of your body. Your quads, glutes, hamstrings, and calves all switching on at once. That's exactly what happens when you sink into this simple position. Unlike quick exercises that hit one muscle at a time, the horse stance turns your lower body into a unified force. And here's the kicker. The muscles don't just flicker on and off. They stay engaged the entire time you hold the posture. It's controlled tension, steady, deep, and safe. That's where the magic happens. Now, let's talk joints. So many older adults avoid exercise because they fear wear and tear. Fast squats, jogging, or jumping might give you strength, but they punish your knees and hips. Over time, the pounding takes its toll. The horse stance is different. It strengthens without destroying. Gentle on the joints, tough on the muscles, the perfect combination for the aging body. And don't underestimate the ripple effects. When your legs are strong, you feel it everywhere. From carrying groceries with ease, to stepping confidently onto a bus, to catching yourself on a slick floor before a fall, your legs are your silent guardians. 2 minutes a day. That's all it takes to rebuild a foundation you may not even realize you've lost. And when that foundation returns, it changes how you move through the world. The steadiness, the grounded feeling it radiates into everything you do. Because aging gracefully doesn't mean surrendering strength. It means building it smarter. 2. A strong core is more than abs, it's your lifeline. Most people, when they hear core, think about six-pack abs. But past 50, chasing abs is a distraction. What you truly need is stability. You need posture that holds you tall. You need support that protects your spine. You need strength that carries you through every bend, twist, and lift in daily life. The horse stance builds that kind of core strength quietly but effectively. When you sink into position, you don't just fire up the front of your body. Your sides, the obliques, and the deep muscles along your lower back come online too. The entire belt of support activates together. Here's the fascinating part. The effort is subtle. You're not twisting, crunching, or forcing movement. Instead, your body learns to stabilize itself naturally without collapsing forward, leaning sideways, or sagging in the back. That invisible work? That's your core firing on all cylinders. And this has real consequences. A strong core reduces pressure on your lower back. It allows you to sit comfortably, without slouching or pain. It helps you stand longer, walk straighter, and move with grace. Even small, everyday actions, turning to check traffic while driving, shifting out of bed in the morning, standing in line at the store, become smoother and less draining. Compare that to crunches or sit-ups, which can strain your neck or pull at your shoulders. Or planks, which often overload the wrists. The horse stance bypasses all that. It builds core endurance, the kind of quiet strength that keeps you upright through the entire day. Think about it. What good are big biceps or toned abs if your back aches every time you stand up? The horse stance reminds us that true core strength isn't cosmetic. It's functional. It's foundational. And when you realize your posture is straighter, your movements are easier, and your pain is reduced, you'll understand why this simple exercise carries so much power. 3. Regain your balance and reconnect with your body. Here's one of the sneakiest signs of aging: the gradual loss of balance. It doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in quietly. First, you hesitate on the stairs. Then, you find yourself catching your foot on the curb. Eventually, you're reaching for the wall, just in case. But what if you could reverse that trend? What if you could literally retrain your body to sense where it is in space, without even moving? That's exactly what the horse stance does. By holding this position, you force your body to center itself, feet grounded, spine aligned, head upright. Your muscles fire to keep you steady, but more importantly, your brain reactivates its balance system. This system has a name: proprioception. It's like your internal GPS. It tells your brain, here's where your hand is, here's where your foot is, here's how your weight is shifting. And when proprioception is sharp, your movements become smooth, confident, and precise. Holding the horse stance is like hitting the reset button on that system. You recalibrate, and over time, you find yourself moving with a new kind of ease. Hiking, dancing, walking across a wet driveway, it all feels steadier. And here's the best part: you don't need fancy tools. No wobble boards, no balance beams, no complicated drills. Just your body, your breath, and stillness. Because here's the truth: falls aren't just random accidents. They're warnings. They're your body saying, I've lost track of where I am. The horse stance brings that awareness back. It gives you the quiet confidence to trust your footing again. Imagine the freedom of walking without fear, of moving through the world without hesitation. That's what balance training really gives you. And that's why this simple pose can be life-changing. 4. Support below the belt, without pills or awkward talks. Let's talk about something most fitness videos avoid: pelvic health. After 50, this is no small issue. For both men and women, the pelvic region isn't just about strength. It's about circulation, vitality, and yes, sexual function. Ignore it, and you risk more than embarrassment. You risk losing a vital connection to your own body. The horse stance offers a natural solution. When you hold this position, the deep muscles around your hips, pelvis, and lower abdomen engage. These muscles are often neglected by traditional workouts. As they switch on, blood flow to the entire pelvic region increases. For men, this supports erectile function by stimulating circulation and engaging the muscles that control performance. For women, it tones the pelvic floor, improving bladder control, supporting stability, and enhancing sexual wellness. And that's just the beginning. Because when blood flow improves and deep muscles strengthen, your whole sense of vitality rises. This isn't about vanity. It's about quality of life. It's about enjoying your body fully, without pills, without invasive treatments, without embarrassment. Add to this the stress-reducing power of the stance. Regulated breathing, calmer hormones, steadier energy. Suddenly, you're not just stronger, you're more alive. Sleep improves. Mood improves. And you carry a quiet, renewed confidence into your daily life. This is what it means to stay connected to your body. Not just on the surface, but deep down where it matters most. So if you've ever thought aging means losing touch with your vitality, the horse stance is proof that the opposite is true. Aging can mean waking up. 5. Train the body, quiet the mind, build resilience that lasts. Most exercises are designed to move your body from point A to point B. Squats, curls, push-ups, everything is about motion. But the horse stance is different. It doesn't just move your body, it asks you to be still. And that stillness is powerful, because when your body holds steady, your mind learns to do the same. Think about the last time you tried meditation. For many, the challenge isn't the breathing. It's the restless thoughts, the wandering focus. The horse stance gives you a bridge. It anchors your body so your mind has something solid to rest on. At first, the pose feels physical. Your thighs burn, your calves quiver, your core tightens. But after a minute or two, something interesting happens. Your attention shifts inward. You notice your breath. You hear your heartbeat. You feel the subtle tremors of your muscles learning to endure. This is more than exercise, it's training for resilience. The discomfort teaches patience. The stillness teaches discipline. And when you rise out of the stance, you carry that calm strength into the rest of your day. Stressful phone call? You respond, not react. Sleepless night? Your body adapts. Steadier than before. Even conversations and relationships can shift because your nervous system is calmer, more resilient. In ancient martial arts, the horse stance was never just physical. It was mental conditioning, a way to strengthen not just the muscles, but the spirit. For seniors today, that lesson is more relevant than ever, because as we age, resilience becomes our greatest ally, and the horse stance, in just 2 minutes a day, is like planting seeds of inner calm that blossom into strength you can rely on, no matter what life throws your way. 6. Hormonal vitality and energy renewal. Here's something most people don't realize. Your hormones, the body's chemical messengers, are deeply connected to how you feel, move, and age. After 50, hormone levels shift. For men, testosterone declines. For women, estrogen and progesterone fluctuate. These changes don't just affect mood or libido, they influence energy levels, bone density, muscle retention, and even brain function. Now, here's where the horse stance becomes fascinating. When you hold the posture, several things happen at once. Blood circulation improves. This enhanced flow nourishes glands and tissues, helping regulate hormone activity. Breathing deepens. The stance naturally encourages diaphragmatic breathing, which reduces cortisol, your stress hormone. Lower cortisol means more balanced energy throughout the day. Muscles engage deeply. Working large muscle groups signals your body to release growth hormones that support recovery, strength, and vitality. Mind-body connection strengthens. The calm, meditative quality of the stance balances your nervous system, which is directly linked to hormonal stability. In other words, this simple pose acts like a reset button for your body's internal chemistry. Imagine waking up and not dragging through the day. Imagine feeling steady energy instead of mid-afternoon crashes. Imagine hormones that support, rather than sabotage, your sleep, your mood, and your strength. This isn't magic, it's biology, and the horse stance taps into it naturally, without medications, without expensive treatments, without side effects. For seniors who feel like their spark has dimmed, this practice can be the quiet switch that turns the lights back on. And the ripple effects, better sleep, brighter moods, steadier focus, make life not just longer, but better. 7. The hidden benefit nobody talks about. We've covered strength, core stability, balance, pelvic health, resilience, and hormones. All of that is powerful. But there's one benefit almost nobody talks about, yet it might be the most important of all: confidence. Think about it. What does aging often steal first? It's not strength or even energy. It's confidence. The subtle fear of falling, the hesitation to travel, the doubt about whether you can handle a simple walk around the block. That fear changes everything. It shrinks your world. It makes you avoid adventures. It makes you sit more, move less, and retreat from life. But when you practice the horse stance, even for 2 minutes a day, you rebuild confidence at the root level. You feel your legs under you. You sense your balance return. You notice your posture rising taller. You breathe more deeply, and with every practice, your mind whispers, "I can do this." That confidence seeps into the rest of your life. Suddenly, you say yes to that walk with friends. You try the stairs instead of the elevator. You volunteer to dance at your granddaughter's wedding. You move through the world with quiet assurance. And here's the beautiful irony. The world sees it too. They notice the way you carry yourself. They see the steadiness in your movements, and they respond to you as someone strong, someone vital, someone alive. That's the hidden benefit. It's not written on any fitness chart. It's not measured by reps or sets. But it may be the single greatest gift the horse stance can give you. Because confidence is freedom, and freedom is what keeps you young. Stories of transformation. By now, you may be wondering, does this really work for everyday people, not just athletes or martial artists? Let me share a few stories. One woman, 62 years old, struggled with knee pain for years. Walking upstairs felt like climbing a mountain. She started with just 30 seconds of horse stance a day. Within weeks, her legs felt stronger. The pain eased. Today, she practices for 2 minutes every morning and swears it's given her a new lease on life. A man in his 70s had stopped golfing because his balance felt unreliable. He worried about stumbling on the course. After a month of horse stance practice, his confidence returned. Not only did he go back to golfing, but he also started hiking again with his wife, something he thought he'd lost forever. And then there's the quiet story I hear most often. Seniors who simply feel steadier, less fear of falling, more energy for daily tasks, a deeper connection to their bodies. It's not flashy, but it's life-changing. Why 2 minutes is enough? You might wonder, can 2 minutes really make a difference? The answer is yes. If those 2 minutes are spent with focus and intention, unlike traditional workouts, where progress comes from longer and harder sessions, the horse stance is about quality over quantity. 2 minutes of full engagement, legs strong, core tight, mind focused delivers more than 20 minutes of half-hearted movement. It's also sustainable. Anyone can commit to 2 minutes. No excuses about time. No dread of long routines. Just a short, powerful practice that fits into your morning, your evening, or even your lunch break. And here's a secret. Once you start, you'll often find yourself holding longer. Not because you have to, but because it feels good. But you don't need to. 2 minutes is enough to spark change. Aging redefined. Let's take a step back. What if aging wasn't about decline, but about rediscovery? What if the second half of life wasn't about losing strength, but about finding smarter ways to build it? That's the invitation of the horse stance, to redefine aging, to show that vitality, balance, strength, and confidence aren't reserved for the young. They're available to anyone, at any age, willing to take 2 minutes to stand strong. And it's not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. Your turn. By now, you've heard the benefits. Stronger legs that keep you independent. A core that supports your spine and posture. Balance that prevents falls and restores confidence. Pelvic health that boosts vitality. A calmer mind and stronger resilience. Hormonal balance and renewed energy. And the hidden gift, confidence, that changes everything. All from 2 minutes a day. No machines. No gym. No strain. Just you, your breath, and your body. So the question is, are you willing to try? Drop your name in the comments, share where you're starting from, and commit to 2 minutes a day. Because the truth is, the horse stance doesn't just change your body, it changes your life. By now, you've learned what the horse stance can do. Strengthen your legs, support your core, sharpen balance, restore pelvic health, calm your mind, renew your energy, and even rebuild your confidence. But here's the truth. Knowledge alone won't change your body. Action will. The good news? You don't need hours, heavy weights, or complicated routines. You only need a little space, a few quiet minutes, and a willingness to show up for yourself. The horse stance is simple, but it's not easy. At first, your legs will shake. Your mind will wander. You may think, how can standing still feel this intense? But that's exactly where the power lies. The intensity means your muscles are firing. Your balance system is recalibrating. And your mind is learning discipline. Every tremor is progress. Every breath is growth. And the more consistent you are, the more dramatic the results. So let's break it down. How do you start, and how do you make this a daily practice that actually sticks? The basics of horse stance. The beauty of this exercise is its simplicity. Here's how to set it up. Feet placement. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width apart. Think of the distance you'd take if you were ready to lift something heavy or brace against a strong wind. Knees. Bend your knees slightly, as if you're about to sit on a tall stool. Don't overdo it. Comfort is key. Hips. Drop your hips gently, keeping your weight centered over your feet. Imagine your pelvis sinking like a stone settling into water. Back. Keep your spine upright, shoulders relaxed, and chest open. Don't hunch forward or lean back. Arms. You can rest them at your sides, press your palms together in front of you, or extend them gently outward. Choose what feels natural. Breath. Inhale slowly through the nose, letting your belly expand. Exhale gently through the mouth, releasing tension. And that's it. No choreography, no equipment, just alignment, breath, and stillness. At first, 30 seconds may feel like an eternity. That's fine. Don't fight it. Build gradually. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Why your legs shake. One of the first surprises people notice in horse stance is the shaking. Legs quiver, calves twitch, thighs feel like they're on fire. Many think this means they're weak or they're doing something wrong. Not at all. That shaking is your muscles adapting. It's the nervous system sending rapid-fire signals to keep you steady. In fact, it's proof you're training exactly the right way. Over time, the shaking lessens. Your body grows stronger, your muscles more efficient. What once felt impossible becomes second nature. And that's one of the most empowering experiences. You literally feel yourself getting stronger. So, instead of resisting the shakes, embrace them. They're not failure. They're progress. Breathing. The secret ingredient. Here's something martial artists have always known. Your breath is as important as your posture. When you breathe shallow and fast, your body tenses. Stress hormones spike. Fatigue builds quickly. But when you breathe deeply, you unlock calm energy. Muscles receive more oxygen, the heart slows, and the nervous system shifts from fight or flight into rest and restore. In horse stance, focus on slow, rhythmic breathing. Inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Hold gently for a count of 2. Exhale through the mouth for a count of 6. This pattern not only powers your body but also trains your mind to stay centered. After a few breaths, you'll notice your focus sharpening, your tension melting, and your endurance rising. Breath is the difference between struggling through 2 minutes and finding peace inside 2 minutes. Daily integration, making it stick. The horse stance works best when it's woven naturally into your life. Here are a few ideas. Morning ritual. Begin your day with 2 minutes in stance. It wakes up your legs, centers your mind, and sets a calm tone for the day. Cooking time. Waiting for water to boil or the oven timer. Sink into stance. 2 minutes pass quickly when you're multitasking. Television breaks. Instead of sitting through commercials, rise into horse stance. You'll finish stronger and more alert than before. Evening wind down. Practice before bed. The deep breathing soothes your nervous system, helping you sleep more soundly. The key is consistency. Don't overthink it. Just find 2 minutes each day and commit. Over time, the habit becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth. Progressions and variations. Once you're comfortable, you can expand your practice with simple variations. Deeper stance. Gradually lower your hips for more intensity. Arm positions. Extend arms straight ahead, out to the sides, or overhead to engage your shoulders. Mindful focus. Close your eyes and rely on balance alone. This sharpens proprioception dramatically. Timed challenge. Set a timer for 2 minutes and slowly build to 3, 4, or even 5. Remember, the goal isn't to push harder for the sake of it. It's to grow gradually, sustainably, and joyfully. Why simplicity works best. In today's world, fitness is often complicated. Trendy equipment, endless apps, exhausting routines. But complexity isn't what seniors need. What you need is something you'll actually do. That's the magic of the horse stance. It's so simple there's no excuse not to try. No commute, no schedule conflicts, no fear of injury. Just you and 2 minutes. And that simplicity builds trust. Every time you practice, you prove to yourself, I can show up. I can do this. And when you stack those small wins day after day, they add up to real transformation. Beyond exercise, a way of living. Here's something beautiful. The lessons of horse stance go beyond the body. Patience. Holding the pose teaches you to wait calmly, even when it's uncomfortable. That patience carries into life's challenges. Focus. Learning to quiet your thoughts strengthens your ability to concentrate on conversations, hobbies, or learning new skills. Confidence. Feeling steady in your body translates to steady confidence in daily life. It becomes more than exercise, it becomes a philosophy. A reminder that strength isn't about rushing, but about holding steady. That resilience isn't about force, but about calm endurance. That vitality isn't about youth, but about presence. A day transformed. Imagine this. You wake in the morning, joints stiff, mind foggy. Instead of reaching for coffee right away, you stand. Feet wide, knees bent, spine tall. You settle into horse stance. At first, your thighs burn, but you breathe. Inhale, exhale. Slowly, the fog lifts. Your body feels alive. You rise taller, calmer, steadier. Throughout the day, you notice the difference. Climbing stairs feels easier. Walking outside feels safer. Conversations feel calmer. Even stress doesn't rattle you the same way. At night, you sink into stance again. 2 minutes of breathing. The tension of the day drains away. You sleep deeper, dream sweeter, and wake ready for tomorrow. That's the gift of horse stance. Not just 2 minutes of strength, but 24 hours of better living. Stories of real people, real change. Let me share more examples, because stories make the science real. Linda, age 68. She had given up gardening because bending and kneeling felt too risky. After 3 weeks of daily horse stance, her balance improved. She returned to her garden with confidence, saying, "I feel like my legs are mine again." Robert, 74. A retired teacher. He missed playing with his grandkids because he tired too quickly. After building up to 3 minutes of stance, he found himself chasing them in the park, something he thought was behind him forever. Marcia, 59. She struggled with anxiety and sleep. The combination of posture and deep breathing and horse stance calmed her nervous system. "It's my moving meditation," she says. "I sleep better now than I did in my 40s. These aren't isolated stories. They're common. And they prove that small, consistent action creates extraordinary results. The gentle warning. One important reminder. Listen to your body. The horse stance is safe for nearly everyone, but comfort matters. If you feel pain, not just muscle fatigue, adjust. If you're unsure about your knees or hips, start higher and hold for shorter times. This isn't a race, it's a practice. Respect your limits, celebrate your progress, and remember 2 minutes is enough to start. Building community through practice. Something powerful happens when people share their journey. That's why I invite you to not just practice, but to connect. Tell others in the comments where you're starting from. Share how long you held today. Encourage someone else who's just beginning. Because when we support each other, the practice multiplies. One person's story inspires another, and together, we build a movement. Seniors reclaiming strength, balance, and vitality with something as simple as standing strong. Your next step. So here's your challenge. Don't just listen. Try it. Today. Right now. Stand tall. Bend gently. Breathe deeply. Feel your body come alive in the stillness. Then commit to tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. 2 minutes, every day. Because the horse stance isn't just an exercise. It's a gift. A gift of strength, confidence, calm, and vitality. A gift that proves aging isn't decline. It's discovery, a legacy of strength. The horse stance has survived for centuries because it works. Warriors, healers, and athletes passed it down not as a trick, but as a foundation. And now, in our modern world, it returns as a gift for seniors, a way to reclaim what aging tries to take away. Strength, balance, confidence, calm. It's not flashy. It won't trend on social media. But that's exactly why it matters. Because real strength isn't about showing off. It's about showing up for yourself, for your loved ones, for life. 2 minutes that change everything. Think about it. 2 minutes is less time than brushing your teeth, less time than scrolling your phone, less time than making a cup of coffee. And yet those 2 minutes, practiced daily, can ripple into every part of your life. You rise from chairs with ease. You walk without fear of falling. You sleep deeper, wake fresher, and carry calm into your day. You feel connected again to your body, to your breath, to your confidence, all from simply standing strong. The real reward. Here's the truth. Muscles fade. Hair grays. Time moves forward. But the real reward of the horse stance isn't just physical. It's the return of freedom. Freedom to travel without hesitation. Freedom to play with your grandchildren. Freedom to garden, to hike, to dance, to live fully. That's the gift waiting for you. And it's never too late to start. Your invitation. So I'll leave you with this. Don't just listen. Try it. Right now. Place your feet wide, bend gently, breathe deeply. Feel your legs ignite. Feel your core engage. Feel your mind steady. It's not just exercise, it's a declaration. A declaration that aging does not define you, that you are stronger, steadier, and more alive than you realize. And once you've tried it, share your story. Drop your name in the comments, tell us where you're starting, and encourage someone else to begin. Together, we create a community of seniors proving that age is not the end of strength, it's the beginning of wisdom. The final word, 2 minutes, 1 stance, a lifetime of benefits. The horse stance is simple, yes, but in its simplicity lies its genius. And if you commit to it daily, you won't just change your body, you'll change your life. So stand strong, breathe deeply, and remember, the best years aren't behind you. They're right here, waiting for you to claim them. Thank you for watching this video. Click here to watch another video that might interest you.